Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So just real quick, I wanted to get you guys a re-upload video on my counter fairy combo video. So I actually made a mistake involving Ties of the Brethren, which I'm glad someone pointed that out before too many of you guys viewed the video. So I just wanted to redo the whole thing. And just, yeah, it was a minor mistake, but again, I try not to do any of that, just to make sure you guys don't misplay if you want to try this deck out. And honestly, I should have known that one of the rulings with Ties of the Brethren, that was my mistake. So yeah, just wanted to make sure I just get this out there. So yeah, let's get started. So same as before, I'm only going to do 2 test hands. There's really not much to say about counter fairies. Like I said, the combos aren't too crazy. The whole point is just to kind of disrupt your opponent. In fact, I actually got a chance to play test this at my locals yesterday. It actually has a pretty solid matchup against Altergeist. But if Altergeist springs Imperial Order against me, that's where things get a little hard, because it shuts down a couple of my Divine Punishment. It kind of shuts down certain effects of my fairy monsters, because sometimes I need Sanctuary in the Sky to be available, and if it's not live, then it doesn't work. So it also stops my Guiding Ariandes, where I'm kind of forced to pay cost again. So that's one of the few things I have to look out for. But if you can stop it, you should be fine. Anyway, let's go and get started. All right, so first hand is, okay, Solemn Strike, that's pretty good. Rebirth of Parshath, Ties of the Brethren. If I have a fairy monster, this will work. Okay, Solemn Judgment and Divine Punishment. Well, unfortunately, I don't have any fairies, but I still got plenty of disruption. For sure, I'll set my Solemn Judgment, just because I don't have Sanctuary in the Sky or Sanctum of Parshath rather to play the Divine Punishment. So I'll set my Rebirth of Parshath and my Solemn Strike. And I'll see, back row is usually good enough just to get things started. So, your opponent starts his turn. If he tries to activate any effect, I would probably start with the Rebirth of Parshath. I reveal the Divine Punishment, because again, I don't have a way to play it anyway. Pay 1,000 life points, discard it, and then just negate the activation of a spell, trap, or monster effect, and then I'm free to special summon a Parshath directly from my deck or extra deck. If anything, we'll just go from the extra deck, or not the extra deck, the main deck itself. I'll bring out the Sacred Arc Aeronite Parshath just to get things started. He's a pretty big boss, and also he does piercing damage. Plus, if he does battle damage, you can search out another Parshath card or even another counter trap, so that's also pretty neat. And then, of course, if your opponent tries to do an inherent summon of any kind, Solemn Strike it. Just keep doing that, and you're good to go. So that's 2,500 points total so far. And again, you still got Solemn Judgment. If you want to negate another summon, you just pay half your life points. Plus, like I said, your Parshath can still get you some more advantage afterwards. So that's just generally what this deck does. You just keep stunning your opponent over and over. Next turn, okay, another Solemn Judgment. So you could just set that into your battle phase, attack over your opponent's life points directly if you're able to. And then afterwards, you probably just go ahead and search out another counter trap, or even the Sanctum of Parshath if you wanted to. I'd probably just go for the Sanctum, just so I can at least, give them a power boost and protect your back row. So yeah, that's generally all this deck does. Let me go and reshuffle everything back, and let's start a new hand. All right, so test hand number 2. This is still going first, by the way. So let's see, we've got Solemn Judgment this time. Okay, nice. We got Pot of Extravagance, 2 Pot of Extravagance. So that's kind of bad, but that's fine. You could just say that for later. Rebirth of Parshath, and last but not least, okay, Solemn Strike. So you'd enter your standby, declare your main phase 1. At the start, you play Pot of Extravagance, since that has to be the first card you activate. We'll go for 6 cards from our extra deck just to banish. Because again, this deck doesn't really rely too heavily on its extra deck, thankfully, so that's pretty good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you draw 2 cards. Okay, Bountiful Artemis and another Pot of Extravagance. Well, on the bright side, we got all 3 of our copies of Pot of Extravagance, so that's something. Good news is we also have plenty of counter traps to work with, so I'd normal summon the Bountiful Artemis. I'd probably set the Solemn Strike, and maybe the Solemn Judgment, just because it negates anything. And what the hey, I think that's fine. Your opponent goes first again. If he tries to commit to his normal summon, that just might be enough to stop. So you just go Solemn Judgment, negate it. and you get to draw one card immediately after that card resolves. Okay, so we drew to Sanctum of Parshat. Your opponent tries to do something else with the monster effect, Solemn Strike it. Then just draw another card. That's one of the cool things about the fairies, because like they don't start chains, so your opponent can't strike them. They can't ghost ogre them. They don't. So like they just happened. So it's kind of like Jingirsu. Like Jingirsu's protection effect doesn't actually start a chain, so that's one of the cool things about it. Next turn, you draw for your turn. Okay, we got Honest now. So standby main, you play Pot of Extravagance. Probably banish another 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Draw 2 cards again. Okay, so we got into another Bountiful Artemis and a Rebirth of Parshat this time. So at least now I got 2 of them to activate. We normal summon the second Bountiful Artemis. Probably play Pot of Duality. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3. I'll keep the Guiding Arion just because, you know, at least that way I don't have to pay costs anymore, so that's pretty cool. I'd play this. And I'd probably go ahead and activate the Sanctum of Parshat just to give my fairy monsters a power boost. And last but not least, I'd probably just set one of these Rebirth of Parshats and then just enter my battle phase. Attack, attack. You know, you also have Honest in your hand, so that's pretty good. And not to mention, at least now you can activate the Rebirth of Parshat at any given time, reveal the second copy. Special summon, if you have any more targets in the extra deck, which actually we do. You have this one. You could do that, or just bring out the Arknight Parshat again if you wanted to. So, like, yeah. Plus, you still got your third Pot of Extravagance, which, honestly, we only have 3 cards left in the extra deck, so that's pretty neat. So, like I said, this is really all this deck does. There's really not much to say about it. It gets pretty easy once you've mastered it. So, yeah. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I will catch you guys again next time.